Hey guys, I'm going to talk about modafinil during this video, and specifically some of the things that it does not do, things that I feel are either exaggerated or just from my experience haven't been the results that I was hoping for or that I was expecting. Now the first would be memory, and when I say memory, that's encompassing everything. So that's long-term memory, short-term memory, not only my ability to recall things, but my ability to comprehend, my ability to just retain what it is I'm learning or studying. Modafinil definitely has not improved my memory, which is surprising considering that it's a pretty strong mental stimulant. And the second thing I would say that something that it doesn't do is really just help you socially interact with people. I would much rather, if I was in the position that I had two choices, that I could be, well slept in a good state and having no modafinil, that is a better scenario than being sleep deprived and taking modafinil. So the ideal time when people take modafinil is when they're not like their best self. So they're sleep deprived, maybe they're jet lagged, maybe they're on a calorie deficit, maybe they're fasting, and people really think that they can take the modafinil and actually be a better perform better than your typical baseline. I would say absolutely not. Socially, some of the issues are that your mind is just going so fast sometimes that you don't have the patience for people, you can't empathize with them, you can't really see things from their perspective, and that's big. So if you're somebody in sales, if you're somebody where you have meetings, either a one-on-one or one-to-many like presentations, I would note that modafinil is just worth paying a lot of attention to. If you take it, then just be very conscious of the dose. How many milligrams are you taking? Like a lot of people go up to 200 milligrams. I think that's a lot. Like 100 to 150 seems about average. And again, just be conscious of it. It's one of those things that it's going to help you perform better at the simple tasks like $15 per hour work. If you're on the computer, you're just like reading or you're writing something, sure. But when it comes to complex tasks like that, I'm not so sure that modafinil is the best drug to take. And then the third thing would just be wakefulness overall. It's effective, but from my experience, it's not anywhere as effective as caffeine is. Just the way in which caffeine has that peak, although there is a crash, it's very different than taking modafinil. Like, you sort of just notice that when you're taking modafinil, it works over the span of the day, but if you're just chronically like tired, right, it's still gonna come in here and there. You're gonna get the average, like the yawn. As much as you try to suppress it, it's gonna surface sometimes, and you'll just feel like a little bit tired, just not really like yourself. Although I will notice that one of the things that I'm finding that I really like about modafinil, which isn't talked about as much as I had expected, is just its overall effects on mood. It's such a strong mood enhancer that I can see why this stuff is addicting. You feel so much better just in your overall perspective of anything in your life, basically. Just having that ability to have the resilience to like look at a challenge and having an optimistic perspective about it, that is something which you can really manifest as a result of taking modafinil. And that's big. That can help you in so many ways, especially if you're like the lazy type or the type to get discouraged often. So I recommend you check it out. In any case, it does require a prescription, unfortunately, so it's not that easy to get a hold of. You can buy Adrafinil, but Adrafinil, it's not as effective. You actually have to take 3 times as much Adrafinil, so 300 milligrams of Adrafinil equals 100 milligrams of modafinil. And even then, from my experience and most people's experience, they are not the same thing. People make the argument that Adrafinil is the same thing, but people who've known and have consistently tried both of them know that modafinil is far superior. So check it out. That's my little talk about modafinil, some of the things that it doesn't do that I was expecting it would. Hope you guys found it helpful. If you did and you want to see more, then click subscribe. Let me know maybe what you want me to review in a future video, and I'll see you all next time.